Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you today. Folks, remember when you got to a new job? The first couple weeks, maybe the first month even, that's usually the shakiest. When you're on the shakiest of ground, you're not too sure if you like it, you don't like it, you love it, you hate it. Is this something you want to do, something you don't want to do? Are you good at it? Are you not bad at it? Are you doing things right? Are you doing things wrong? And having this type of second guessing, having this type of doubt in your mind kind of hinders your performance to a degree. You really start to hit your stride in a new job after year one at the real 18-month mark. You've been through all the issues, you've been through all the problems for the most part, except for the one hiccup here, the one hiccup there. You've seen it all, you've done it all, you've been through many implementations of the process. Now you're free flowing. You're not second guessing. You know it like the back of your hand. You're in your zone, so on and so forth. So Caitlin Clark in the New Heights podcast interview with Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce, she gives us some insight into how she was feeling coming in to a new environment, coming in to a new team, being a young player, being a rookie, but also being somebody that teammates looked at for help, looked at for guidance, looked at to take a franchise to a next level. Caitlin Clark came in with all of the hype and lived up to all of the hype. She didn't fall short of any expectations. I would argue that she exceeded most people's expectations. Most people's expectations. We knew she was going to come in. We knew she was going to be a savage. Already the best player in the league, being in those conversations, come on now. Come on. Caitlin Clark came in and exceeded expectations. Let's hear what Caitlin Clark had to say, talking about some of those experiences she went through as a rookie, and let's get back to it.
You come in as a rookie and like you said, like you're trying to figure out a new environment, new teammates. Like you don't want to say too much. You don't want to say too little. And it's just so hard. But like in my scenario, and obviously you guys too, like you're already highly thought of. Like people are turning to you to like be something or be someone. So it's hard. Like you're trying to get your feet wet, but also not do too much. And I think that's kind of what I struggled in early on is like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how they're going to react.
For not knowing, you nailed it.
But also like I had a lot of really good vets around me too. So I feel very grateful for that. And we had a fairly young team too. So like people had been through it fairly recently. So they knew how I felt. But like, I feel like that definitely is a huge challenge. And that goes for whatever professional sport. Like you're trying to learn, but also people are looking at you like you got to perform and like be what they drafted you to be. And that can be tough. And like,
folks, that goes for anything professionally, period, if I need to be honest, right? Maybe not your entry level, but any type of management role, supervisory role, you're coming in expected to perform, to do your duties day one. You come in and your employees or your team, they don't say, oh, it's your second day on the job, let me not ask you these questions. It's like, no, I need to ask you these questions. You either know the answer or you don't. And hopefully you have the answer handy, right? You have the answer accessible to you. Caitlin Clark giving some insight into how she felt in the beginning stages of last season. Folks, you have to think that not all of her personality came through. Not all of her personality shined in the first, 10 games or so. When she's really getting, okay, how does this person behave? How does that person behave? How will this person react? How will that person react? She even said it herself. She struggled with getting acclimated to that starting off. Just like everybody struggles with a new environment starting off. Right? You throw your feet, you're like, okay, let me test the waters. Okay, I can step here, I can step here. Okay, don't step there, there's hot lava, so on and so forth. And then after a while, you know your environment so well, you know your terrain so well, you're walking through that thing blindfolded, not stepping on any hot lava. That was Caitlin Clark after Olympic break. Caitlin Clark after Olympic break was blindfolded, hand behind her back. In fact, her legs were chopped off at her hip. She was literally crawling there like Uncle Dan, Lieutenant Dan, in Forrest Gump, crawling around, making her way through the lava. And she killed it. She absolutely killed it. You don't want to come in and try to take over at the beginning of the year. By the end of the year, it was pretty clear whose team that was. It was pretty clear who the leader of that team is. It was pretty clear of who's in charge, who the dynamic playmakers. That it was clear. Caitlin Clark coming in as a rookie, leading that team. Something else I wanted to talk about were the rookies, the veterans that she spoke about, right? Kelsey Mitchell, Erica Wheeler, Katie Lou Samuelson, right? The rookies, Erica Wheeler, the transformation that we saw Erica Wheeler go through this whole entire season. I mean, folks, you saw her arc on this channel right here, from somebody that dribbled in circles to somebody that has what might be the most iconic Caitlin Clark shot of her rookie year. Erica Wheeler coming up the right side of the court, dump off, side dump off, Caitlin Clark pull up, three, let's go. I believe that was against the Connecticut Sun, giving them their first lead. Indiana Gainsbridge went crazy. We went from dribbling in circles to that, dribbling in circles to Erica Wheeler being the one speaking sense into Cece as she's going psycho on the referees, as she's going psycho on the officiating, as she's killing her opponents on the court, taking their hearts, taking their souls. I mean, Erica Wheeler, what she's done this whole entire season can't be commended enough. Katie Lou Samuelson being a constant presence, a nice figure in Caitlin Clark's life, part of the Mermaid crew. Kelsey Mitchell, Money Mitch, put him in a ditch, being a reliable second option, a reliable option for Caitlin Clark to go to time in and time out. You're in a pickle, you pick up your dribble, whatever the case may be. Kelsey, Money Mitchell is getting you a bucket. Not only is she getting you a bucket, she's fighting hard on the defensive end. She's being aggressive, fighting through screens. I know some people might think Kelsey gets into that ISO game too much. I think she only gets into that ISO game when she looks around and it's like, nobody else has got it. I got it. Kelsey, Money Mitch, salute to you. And the players that she said who have been through this recently. Lexi Hull, Nalissa Smith, Grace Berger, Aaliyah Boston. There's a nice core group going on over there in Indiana. And I hope that whole Boston, Mitchell, Clark, hope we could keep that core together and sprinkle in some nice pieces around. I mean, free agency is what? Less than a month away. Free agency is about 20 days away at this point. We can start talking to this person, talking to that person. February comes, boom, Kelsey Mitchell. Here's a nice, what do you want, Kelsey? How much do you want? Here, sign on the dotted line. We'll take care of that. Moving into next year, Caitlin Clark's not going to have the same, wait, how do I walk through this? How do I navigate through this new? She's going to come in. She already is comfortable. She's already kicked her feet up on the couch. She's already made herself at home. There's no more second guessing. There's no more wondering how this person will react, how this person will react. She understands. I am alpha. It is what it is. And that's just going to help her process getting ready for next season even more. No second guessing in her mind. There's going to be no doubt in her mind. It's going to get very, very scary for the rest of the league. And I'm here for it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all of the support. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll see you next time. And as always, take it easy.